Hello y'all and welcome to another battle report. This is 2500 points. My archenemy, the Dwarven versus my Saurian Ancient. I got a cool list I wanna try out to see how it works, and he brings his Dwarven. So to start his list, he got a ballista to the right, a unit of 50 warriors with full command and great weapon, a Vengeance Seeker, which is probably the best unit for its points cost in the whole game. I would argue for that at least. A Copter, the flaming version. No, attack Copter it is. Yeah, there's two almost likely version of it. A Cannon, another Vengeance Seeker. Can't leave home without two of those boogers. He got a Master Engineer, the Lord level character, with his Forge Wardens with the command group and the torpedo on his champion. He got a other cannon. Then he got the unit of Greybeards, and I have no clue how many they are. I guess 30-40-ish, something like that. They are totally unpainted, so it's hard to see how many they are. In there he got his Rune Lord General, who got a lot of stopping my spell crap, and a BSB who got the minus D6 to your opponent's charge. Then he also got out of the table a unit of 10 miners who will ambush later on. Then he got a Copter, attack Copter, and another bomber, and finally another ballista. And for the good guys, to the left I have two snake swarms, which are basically there to give the K-Man unit next to it poison. In that K-Man unit I have 7 of them with Halberd. Initiative 2 is much better than always strike last, with light armor and full command group. And the big Carnifex model there is actually my hero level K-Man. Weapon skill 4 is nice on them. In front of them I have 5 Skink Skirmisher and a Skink Chief with that to give them some cover save. I then got in my backline my 3 tanks. The middle one got the laser cannon, and the orange and the purple one got the snake version. I then got my bunker of skinks with my BSB. He got a shield and light armor upgrade. Nothing special with him. And 2 level 2, 1 with the scroll. I got the Blizzard and Comet on him, and 1 did the Magic Rest 3 token. Totally useless this game, but it will probably be useful in some other matchup. I got the Blizzard and the Thunderbolt from Path of Heaven as well. Then I got a unit of 32 Saurian Spearmen. They got the command group. Then I got 2 sheep, or relatively sheep character. I got a Scarvet, my general, with a 2-up reroll armor save, and a Scarvet with +1 strength sword to have some nice medical attack to throw into combat. I then got units of 5 Skink Skirmisher with a sheaf in it to give them some cover. I got 2 more Snake Swarms to give the Saurian warrior poison. Then I got the Salamander because they are cool, and protecting my flank I got 2 Spike Lizards. And that is my army. You can see in the middle we got the objective marker as the gold coin there. Yeah, he deployed before me, so he will get the first turn. And well, you get stunned every time you see the Dwarven holds mighty movement phase. Yeah, here we go. He pushes forward some troops a bit. His attack Copter mostly, but the rest, yeah, maybe here and there. His Great Weapon Warrior pushes up a bit to give him a nice flanking possibility for them. Well, his shooting didn't actually do much. I think both his cannon missed, his ballista missed, and yeah, over to the good guys first turn. As you can see here, I push it up pretty much as fast as I can with most of my stuff, to be honest. I still keep my Bastildon facing outwards, prepared to charge his copter if he would choose to flank me or something. And yeah, that's my movement. You might wonder, why didn't you have any picture of the Dwarven movement? Because dwarves don't move usually. They stand back and they shoot their stupid cannon at you and kill your monster, and that's what happened here. His stupid cannon shoot down one of my tanks, which is unfortunate, but yeah, cannons are brutal against monster. My laser cannon tank suffers 3 wounds from his cannon, and that's basically it. No, I forgot to tell you, I actually forced him to use his only scroll in the first turn while throwing down a comet. So that was kind of nice, but that's it for the Dwarven holds. Over to the good guys, turn 2. And as you can see, we pushes up. My plan here is I will use the 5 skinks. They marched up to block his warrior block from getting much forward, and then I will throw skink captains and stuff at him to keep him away. My Saurian warrior pushes up as fast as they can. Otherwise, I put my skinks in front of his greybeards. Hopefully he will charge them. He will overrun into my Cayman Ancient, and then I will flank charge him with my Snake Swarm and hopefully get some good buffs on them, and my Cayman will be able to basically beat the shit out of those stunties in my turn, because I get the magic phase, so I can basically get whatever I want, hopefully, off on the Cayman. So that's my plan for my turn 2 movement phase. I actually take a skink chief out of my skink skirmisher unit and move it towards his ballista to the left of this picture, because I didn't know what I would do with his skink chief anymore, so he will go hunt the ballista. And then this happened. The Dwarven hold shows his they get basically flamed by my salamander. I think I killed like a dozen guy approximately, and he failed his leadership. I think they are 9 in base, and they run away, and they run over that impasse terrain, which means they will have a hard time getting around it when they will go back to fight. So that unit is basically out of the game for a while, and that's really nice. Was a very good bonus. Otherwise my magic phase didn't do much. My spike lizard put 2 wounds onto that. Vengeance Seeker you can see in the middle of this picture. But that's it. Over to the Dwarven holds, turn 3. So his Vengeance Seeker charged in my salamander needing a 10. I choose to flee because I know he can. It's not a big of a chance, but he can roll a 10, and he actually did, so the fleeing maneuver was really good this time. And in the middle, he basically takes his copter and move it in front of my Saurian warrior, so I cannot charge his Forge Wardens, and he takes his Greybeards into my skinks. And my hope here is actually he will overrun into my Cayman. We actually discussed this about in our game, and I thought actually if I were the dwarf player and I charge, I would do the overrun to get into the Cayman and fight them. He could potentially kill my Cayman if he gets some good magic buffs up. So that's why I would have do it if I would have been the Dwarfenhold player. And yeah, I don't really know what else he would have done. He could have maybe not charged the skink and shoot at my Croxigal with Forge Warden, but yeah, the boring way is most likely the Dwarven way, so he should have probably stuck within his corner, but hindsight is hard to tell. Otherwise, his Vengeance Seeker charges my 5 Skink Skirmisher. I'm okay with that, they will die, no problem. Well, this picture just showing his mine Great Weapon Warriors rallied and they're facing like that. His Forge Warden cut my Cayman unit in half. I think they might have taken, I don't know, 1 or 2 wounds before, but they are now down to only the command group and the hero. And over here, his Forge Warden killed 2 of my skinks and I run away and he didn't catch them, so they are alive. And his cannons and stuff failed. You can see the one next to the teleport have actually blown up this turn, because the reason his cannon couldn't use his normal engineer stuff is because engineer used his ability on the forge wardens instead to shoot down my Cayman, which is probably the good way to do it anyway, but unfortunately for him his cannon blew up. And in combat, of course, I think his Greybeard just slaughtered every single one of my skinks and they overrun into my Cayman. The dinosaur's turn. Let's see, it must be my turn 3. I flank charge his Greybeard with my Snake Swarms. I charge his Steamcopter with my Saurian Warrior. I now realize that if he killed 2 of my Caymans, I will have a good opportunity to flank charge his Greybeards with my Saurian Warrior and kill that unit, and then I will just have to mop up the rest of his Force Warden before his unit can even get to me. So I move my Snake Swarm into the flank of them and prepare to charge them to stop them from shooting next turn. If I will not be lucky and killing off his Grey Warden, Greybeard at the right time. Other news, I pushed up my TIE Scooters as far as I possibly can, pivoted away, pivoted towards his line so I can basically just be close enough to get poison. I did a very stupid mistake, so fucking stupid. You cannot maybe not see it, but in the picture I throw my Skink Chief in front of his Vengeance Seeker and my position was such a stupid, he could just pivot it and charge my TIE Scooters instead, which was such a stupid mistake. I don't know, casual gaming, not good to do that. But anyway, yeah, shit happens. Also my Skink Chief charged his Ballista to the left of this picture, and that's basically my move. Well, on this flank, of course, we all move around to be able to shoot at that Vengeance Seeker with the Spike Lizard and the Salamander, if necessary. And yeah, combat really didn't do much. Magic got off the poison buff on my Saurian Warriors. They got a 5-up poison now, which is very nice. Shooting, I think I killed 1 more of his Vengeance Seekers, which is good. Other news, yeah, my Cayman lost 2 of their guys, but I actually think I won that combat because I had a flank, I had a charge, I did some killing on him, he did not much on me, and then I did 2 wounds on his copter, unfortunately only 2. I rolled pretty crappy there, but I overran into the flank of his Greybeards, so we will actually fight that combat on his turn, so he could choose to flank charge me. That was I hope what he will do with his Force Warden, because I will have so much combat rest for killing Greybeards and he cannot do that much to my Saurian Warriors anyway, so he will just break and then I will just run over, hopefully run them down. But over to the Dwarven, turn 4. So here he's planning on a flank attack on my dinosaurs. His bomber fly over my skinks, killing like 3 of them or something like that. His Yarkop the rally and his miners shows up. And yeah, he did manage to charge my Triceratops, as I told you, because my stupid placement of my Skink Chief. And I think this is from his cannon killing off my last of my Triceratops. Unfortunately, you just get sad in your heart when you see your big toys just dying like flies. It's so sad, man. And yeah, since the Vengeance Seekers, they really don't have any weaknesses at all. It easily, without question, kill my Triceratops without fail in this combat. And in combat, of course, I make short work of these Greybeards. He have like, I don't know, 7-8 dudes left. All these characters are remaining, but they are fleeing. My snake swarms and my caiman couldn't chase them down. And my Saurian turned to face his Forge Warden to take them out next turn. So over to the good guys, turn 4. And yeah, this is what's happened. My snake swarm charges his Greybeards, and they run far as crap and get away and land, fly over his ballista and land on the other side. My other Cayman units charge his Copter with 1 remaining wound, and they will make short work of that. Hopefully they can, if I'm lucky, overrun into that minor unit next up. My Saurian warrior takes some casualty from the standing shoot of his Forge Warden, but they get in and will hopefully just kill those boogers easily. I also flank charge with my younger swarms to hopefully get 1 extra, trying to catch them on the overrun attempt. I move up my Skink Chief behind the line if I will need to shaft up something over there. I could if I would, but we will see what will happen in my next turn. I also try to find an angle for my Skink Skirmisher Bunker to be without the arc of his bomber, I think it is. So they are a little bit too close now, but I couldn't really find a better spot for them, so they are where they are. And yeah, that's my movement turn 4. You can also see my Salamander in the corner there is prepared to face off his Vengeance Seeker to kill it brutally, hopefully. And yeah, this is a picture of what he will have to face. The Salamander, the Spike Lizard, the Skinks will try to shoot that booger down. And they did it, which is very, very nice to get rid of him. Hopefully he died painfully, screaming in agony, begging for his unworthy Dwarven life. Yeah, hopefully, if we are lucky, fingers crossed. In this combat, yeah, I did break him. I couldn't catch him with either my Jungle Swarm and my Saurian Warrior, but I ended up in a kind of good position anyway, because now his Great Roman Warrior cannot do much, because there's not great odds of his Forge Warden failing that leadership 10 break check. So they will rally, and then they will have to take another charge from my units potentially. So over to the Dwarven holds turn 5. Well, you can see here a problem. I did actually manage to overrun into his miners, you can see there, after killing his Copter. But his unit of Graveyards run off the board, but I have placed a Comet there, and my Skink Chief actually managed to kill that Ballista. So the only one who will take damage from that Comet is potentially my Skink Chief, if I'm not careful. But yeah, well, he is 42 points, I can live with sacrifice him, that's really not an issue here. This picture just showing his Forge Warden rallies. And well, here you can see the Comet strike down and kill my Skink Chief, but Better to be safe. Is if those greybeard would have rallied, it would be kind of nice to strike them down with another comet. And well, from the combined effort of the bomber and the grape shot, he did manage to kill all but one wound on my wizard. This is the Magicrest wizard. My other one had actually suffered a power drain earlier in the game, so he could not cast any more spells. So he just ran away and hide at the back of my line. So I now have a skink priest with the comet and ice heart wizard with one wound remaining, standing there, not in a very good position at all. Here he did manage to put all of his attack on my Cayman champion and managed to kill him, but I killed like 5 of his stunties, so he lost combat, but he was steadfast and he sticks. So well, here I in this combat again. This is kind of weird. Oh yeah, this is in my movement phase. I have moved the skink sheaf up, as you can see, and I didn't have any picture of it, but I have flank shot his Forge Warden with my skink sheaf, because I didn't want him to, because my jungle swarm were in my way of charging his Forge Warden, actually, unfortunately. But I moved them out of the way and charged him in the flank, so hopefully my skink captain can hold up his Forge Warden for a turn so he cannot stand and shoot me, and if he will be able to chaff me, I should be able to overrun into his Forge Warden if I'm lucky enough. So here you can actually see the fight between my skink sheaf versus his Forge Warden. I think I actually won this combat because I had a flank and a charge. He had a rank, so yeah, he was steadfast and stick. So here is his reform to face off my skink captain. His plan here is to kill off my skink captain and basically be able to chaff up my Saurian warrior next turn. And well, this is all he got left. His last miner will get beaten down by my Cayman, and so in this movement phase you can see here we actually discussed it, and what he could do to try to avoid me from getting into combat is because first of all he would need to fix that his Forge Warden are not in combat, so I can overrun and fight. So we need to stop my, first of all, stop my Saurian warrior and my jungle swarm. So yeah, what I told him to do was basically chaff up my jungle swarm with his cannon, and the other one will chaff up my Saurian warrior, and then hopefully he can kill my skink sheaf in combat, which he couldn't. I said challenge, I sent back his BSB because he refused. He did only 1 wound to me, and I stick because I think I might have killed a dwarf, I don't know. But I only lost by like 1 or 2, so it wasn't really a big deal. I passed my panic check and I stick. So that's where we called the game, because I will just have kill the bomber, overrun into the Forge Warden, and potentially even killing them as well. And here is the Cayman Ancient who have eaten some miners. I really enjoyed this army list. I think I didn't get off too much of the poison stacking as I would have liked, but it's hard when your opponent is Dwarven holds and are very good at spelling magic. But it ended up very good, even though my monsters did die, unfortunately. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comment, post them below and I will try to answer them as soon as I can. Feel free to like and start subscribing if you haven't already.